Morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're doing well and don't have too big of an eclipse hangover from the energies yesterday. They were pretty intense. I decided to come on live this morning to share a bit more about those energies, a bit more about what you can expect this week, and just give you all a little bit of a personal share about an experience that I had yesterday. But, real quick to talk about the energies of the moment. So we had an eclipse yesterday around 11:15, 11:17 p.m. Eastern. And almost exactly at that moment was the time that I decided to drop into the void yesterday. I'm teaching a class on creation consciousness right now, and a big part of this week's activity, this last week from last Tuesday until now, was to be in the void. And I've talked a good bit about the void in the past with some of you all and in some of my lives. And it's an uncomfortable place for me because it requires a lot of trust. In the void, we have infinite possibilities available to us, but we don't have really clear direction on where to go. We're supposed to be in pause and in stillness. And it's kind of interesting that yesterday I finally was able to drop fully into it pretty much for about a 12-hour period. About as soon as the eclipse started. And, if you think about the eclipse itself, it is the covering of the sun. We're in between, we're in a void space, we're in a dark space. And yesterday when I dropped in, there was a lot of fear. There was a lot of stuff that needed to come up. But the main message I heard is you're working on trust. Katie, you have to work on trust. If you want to hold these higher frequencies, if you want to co-create with spirit, if you want to be in creation consciousness, you have to really work on trust. And so I did some meditation during the eclipse, about an hour. I came out, I went about my day, went back into the void in the afternoon, came back out again, and then around 7 o'clock last night until about 11:15, so kind of completing that 12-hour period, I went deep into the void. So deep that I was able to connect with a lot more of my multidimensionality, including a lifetime where my husband and I were both in the Hathor race, which is a group of beings that came through Sirius on their way to Venus to be a part of our galaxy system. And they are sound healing beings. And so many of you know that my husband and I are sound healers. So it was an important reconnection point for me. And I had to move through a lot of fear to be able to trust that level of multidimensionality to come into my body again. And, these energies that are present right now are really activating our solar plexus. And trust is a big theme in that, but so is judgment, so is comparison, so is self-doubt. And our solar plexus, when it is being upgraded, may be a very physical experience. Some of you might be having some digestive issues. Or, like me, you might just be working on the energetic themes tied to the solar plexus. And it's very easy for somebody outside of ourselves to tell us to trust, right? If you're outside of somebody and you're looking at their life and you're seeing how everything's playing out for them and you're having an intuitive knowing about what's happening for them, it's really easy for you to tell them, hey, just trust the process. But when you're in it and when you're experiencing the level of self-doubt that many of us experience when we're in the void, it's really difficult to pull yourself out. It takes a lot of strength, a lot of courage, a lot of stamina to pull yourself out of that place of lack of trust. And so yesterday when I was in the void, I was teetering between full trust and full doubt. And I went back and forth several times. And then last night, when the clearing process began around 7 p.m. when I went deep into the void, what happened was I got to see all of the lifetimes where someone had betrayed me. I got to see all of the lifetimes where I was hospitalized or put away for my gifts or persecuted for my gifts. And I had to work through the fear that brought up about trusting my deep connection with Source and my channeling abilities here on this earth plane. Because every other time that I've opened to those energies in my past lives, for the most part, in the last several hundred lifetimes, I was persecuted for it. or imprisoned for it. And I know many of you have had similar past life experiences come up. And so I share that with you all because my blocker around trust really has come from a lot of different places. I've worked through releasing lack of trust because of what's happened to me in this lifetime and how people have betrayed me in this lifetime. But really a big part of my lack of trust comes from many, many lifetimes of it not being okay for me to be in my gifts. And I would imagine that as we step more deeply into the rest of the energies of this week and more light codes come in and more information comes in to each of us, we're going to all have aha moments over the next week. They may be subtle little shifts or it may be a big aha. But eclipse energies have a way of doing that. When the eclipse is completed, the week after is like we go into hyperspeed and all this clarity starts to download. But in order to make space for that clarity to download, we have to sit in stillness, we have to get quiet, we have to go inward, we have to trust that we have the answers inside of us. And that, yes, we can go and seek support from other people, we can go and seek support from healers, but we have to step back inward. So a big part of what you're going to receive this week is to go inward. And that may be hard. Right? It may be very hard. You may want to lean into busy because we're in the holiday season. But this is a really important week, y'all. This may be the most important week that we've had this whole year. And the other thing that I experienced last night was a preview of what I'm going to be sharing in my healing circle tomorrow night, which is this reconnection between our body, our physical vessel, and the sun. And I posted in my email newsletter last week about the solar plexus connection that's continuing to come online and finishing that process in Uluru in Australia on December 21st. And I saw very clearly in my meditation yesterday while I was in the void that the light that we are going to be seeing connect in with Mother Earth, her energetic umbilical cord, her place of release is the sun. And so that light bridge that's being created between her and our sun is a mirror image of what will be activated for us on December 21st as individuals. So we are moving through a big clearing in the solar plexus this week ahead of that so that we can make space to basically have a bridge of light that is created between our central sun, right, in our galaxy system here, and our solar plexus in our belly. And when that happens, there will be certain codes and certain activations and certain DNA shifts that will be activated for each of us here on this planet. And it actually doesn't matter if you're doing this work actively or not. Everybody's going to receive this. And this is an important part of our evolution or our revolution as souls as we step forward into this rebirth and this new age next year. Because each of us has to come into a deeper level of trust and connection with our higher self, with Source, with our own light body, so that we can then go about building upon that deep connection and creating heaven on earth here on this planet. And, that's an important evolutionary step that we're moving through right now. And these light codes that are coming in this week are here to do that, are here to activate that. And this bridge, this light bridge that's being built between our earth and our sun is going to continue to be a waypoint or a activation point for each of us as we move through probably the next 10 years. So this cycle that we're moving into of deep activation of personal truth, of deep activation of personal autonomy, will also be coupled with an activation of deep understanding of what community is here on this planet. And so this is a co-creation that we all signed up for many, many, many lifetimes ago and decided to come here all together in this important time to be here at this important activation. And so there's a lot of hubbub out in the disclosure space and a lot of other spaces about solar flares and the internet going down. There's a whole lot of fear stuff out there. And what I'm seeing is that this activation that we're moving through over, on December 21st is the activation of the sun and the earth and our connection to it. It's not necessarily a solar flare event where technology is going to just drop. It's not about that. This is about the activation that's coming to this planet, and that's always what it's been about. And so if you have time this week, take care of your solar plexus. Watch what you eat. Pay attention to what you put in your body. Pay attention to your breath. Drop into some supportive practices for your nervous system. There's a lot of light coming in, and you have to make space for that. You may also be called to detox or eat less food this week. Honor that within reason, of course. Take care of yourselves. And you may also be called to sit in the sun. I know this time of year we have less access to it. It's maybe really cold outside, but find a sunny window and lay down in front of it, just like your animals do. And allow those light codes to come in, because this is a very, 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 very important week, my friends. And so whatever you do, make sure you are honoring what your body needs, and make sure that you're paying attention to any nudges you get about how you need to lean into that. And these activation codes, as they're coming through, some of you might hear ringing in your ears. Some of you might feel vibrations in your body. Some of you might have emotional shifts this week, things that come out of almost seemingly nowhere. Honor whatever comes up, right? Trust your process. Your process may be different than mine. It may not look like mine does, but know that you're going to receive this week. And, the other thing that I'll say is that when we're in this place after the eclipse, we think we have all the answers and we think we can blaze forward really, really quickly. But I would encourage you to just be patient and go slowly. You might have some flashes of where you're headed, some flashes of clarity. That's one of our energetic themes this month. But you're also going to have flashes of doubt and uncertainty coupled with that. And so that's just to tell you that the ideas and the information that's coming in, make note of them, journal about them, let them be written down, but don't take action on them just yet. Wait until after we get through the 21st to really drop into deep action if there's some big decisions that you need to make. So a lot is happening, right? So just honor yourselves at this time. And so before we close, let's drop into our solar plexus for a second. So close your eyes and take a deep breath. And before we even get into the solar plexus, just affirm your connection with the earth. And you can do that by tracing a line of energy from your hips down into the center of the planet. You can do that by breathing energy up from Mother Gaia into your feet. Whatever you need to do to just honor your connection with the earth for just a moment, just get grounded for one moment here. When these high energies come in, it's very easy to get kind of pushed out of our body, or to get overamped and not be in our body because of that. And so for just a second, drop in. And then I'd like you to go ahead and breathe into your solar plexus, into your belly center. And I want you to bring forward in your mind's eye a picture of a big golden sun. And begin to see that emanating from the center of your belly. Connect in with your solar plexus, your confidence center, and bring light from 360 degrees around you into your belly. And just go ahead and receive those light codes as they're coming in from our sun, and you're mirroring that sun within your belly center itself. And set the intention that as those light codes are coming in, that anything that is not serving is burned away, with grace and ease, of course. Any self-doubt is released, any judgment is released. Just allow the light to come into that belly. And feel the belly expand. This is not a place to be bashful here. We don't need to keep a small belly in this moment. Allow your breath to drop into the belly and let the belly expand really, really big. And I'm going to offer you a tone to just help to activate the belly center. So take a breath in. I'm going to do that one more time. You can always join in with me if you would like. And just allow yourself as a point of awareness to come deeply into that solar plexus and feel yourself rooted there. And then connect that rootedness to the rootedness of your connection with the earth. And just feel your body there connected from the solar plexus down into the center of the planet. And just as you can throughout this week, reaffirm that connection. This is an important step right now to make sure that we stay grounded in these energies that are coming in, these big influxes of energies that are coming in. And if you'd like more support with this upgrade process that we're moving through, I'll be sharing a DNA upgrade activation, a light body activation on my Healing Circle on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, I will be partnering up with Katie Glass, and we will be doing a full year preview of 2021, an energetic preview from my standpoint and an astrological preview from her standpoint. And there will likely be an activation in there as well, so I'll put both of those events in the chat. But either way, thank you all for watching my video. Take care of yourselves. Pay special attention to that belly center. Receive these light codes. Let the solar plexus be activated. Step into your confidence. Step into your power. Everybody has the ability to do this. You all know exactly what you need to do. You came here knowing that. And so don't discount your intuitive knowings this week. Really lean into that. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye.